Check, mic check, 1, 2, huh? We are back. Yeah. Welcome to the Lost in the Sauce podcast. I'm your host, Randy, aka Sauce. Thank y'all, man. Thank you for all the new subscribers, the new listeners. You dig? Yes, Lord. Follow me at Sauceville615. Follow the Lost in the Sauce pod. Yeah, don't even play yourself. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to Ali's Network. And yeah, man, we got more vibes, more interviews, you know what I'm saying? Got a new show out in the mix. Y'all make sure y'all tapping in with that, share it to a friend, all that. And yeah, man, God is the greatest. You know what I mean? More blessings on blessings, man. And speaking of blessings, we got a blessed brother in the building. Huh? You know what I mean? It is an honor to have this brother here, man. I was just shuffling through a couple of the old episodes on audio that I did roughly a year ago. You know what I'm saying? And stumbled across this one. I was like, damn, that was a really good conversation. You know what I mean? And
we back.
We are back. Yes, Lord. I hear him say, hey, man, look, you know what I'm saying? You should come through. He said, hey, I'll come through tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, once again, man, it is an honor to be in this brother's presence, man. This is a real cultural staple in the city. You know what I'm saying? Tastemaker. You know what I mean? He know where all the vibey spots is at. You know where all the good food spots is at. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna eat. If we ain't gonna do nothing else, we gonna eat. If it ain't nothing else happening in the city, I know it eat at.
Yes. This is one of the most musical talented people like I know out there. I classify him as like a musical scientist. You dig what I'm saying? Like the way he able to blend sounds and just his ear is just immaculate. You know what I'm saying? And I love talking music with this brother. And yeah, man, he just a goat, bro. He just a goat. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to shine that same sentiment back to this guy right here. Like, I want to mirror that back to him. Like, it, you know, I said a line earlier to one of the homies. I was like, running legendary circles. So it's
yes.
I want to reflect that mirror back and say the same sentiment to my brother.
Man, that's love, man. That's an honor, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this is, shame on you.
No shame. Y'all good. Y'all good. We good. Hey, if you don't know who I am, we can figure it out.
By the end of this episode, we will figure it out. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Madmauves, huh? Yeah. Yes, Lord. Yes. Hey, man, perfect. Look here, man. I'm gonna let you dance around this. You know what I'm saying? You can figure out how you want to answer it, but just, brother, how have you been, man? I know life has been life, and how has that been since last time you've been here? As
tough as life has been, I gotta say, God has the greatest sense of humor. He he like to introduce things in your life that might be a little rough, a little raw, whatever. But he come somehow full circle and refine it, and when he put it back to you in the universe, when you putting your work in, you putting your, you know, your testament down to your faith in yourself, and you betting on yourself, he show you what that return on assets is. Like, yeah, that return on investment is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time.
That return on investment is insane right now. But yeah, life has been tough, but my end of 2022 bingo card went insane.
Man, hey, let's get into it a little bit. Let's get into it. What would you like to divulge with just that transition in those 2 years? Like, so what has been new?
The reason he said in 2 years, me and him had a conversation before we got on these cameras, and it's about two things in specific that I am like overly happy for. Like, I'm in love with the full concept of both, and like I'm embracing them as they are. Granted, I'm not one of them. I'm not openly talking about too much because I like to have some things to myself, and I like to celebrate, you know, with myself and my God, you know, me and my people. Like, and my brother here asked me, Sauce, he was like, when do you know, why don't you want that that recognition? I was like, hey bro, God and my people recognize me. That's all I need. But two specific things from 2020 happened to resurface themselves back in 2022, and they both have blessed me like overly, and I'm so happy for the both of them. They like both of the things are like can't get enough of it. I'd inject it in my veins if I could tomorrow.
Hey. And I mean, you told me what those, accomplishments was, and we actually like broke them down and how it's happened. But I guess my question to you is like, obviously God is funny. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
It's some things that you
can't put on paper and be like,
yeah, bro,
I'm about to bingo this at the
it's
end
gonna
of
go
2022.
exactly like this. You just don't know, bro. And
they were so out of my forethought that like didn't even think about them. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like those are like avenues of my life that kind of not ended, but they found they existed in their time, and they existed how they needed to.
Yeah,
they happened to resurface, and they resurfaced hard. Like they came out like Steph ain't shot this deep. It's a different range that they hidden from, and like to reference back to the last time we sat here, I was a very hurt man sitting in this chair the last time. I still have hurt that exists in me, and I'm okay with that. And there are things that like I still actively am talking through in therapy, and I'm talking through with like myself and my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But on my sliding scale, I'm happy. Yeah, I can genuinely sit down and look at myself in the mirror and be like, man, like everything ain't perfect, which I don't expect it to be, but like you happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
My hair growing.
Hey, he flourishing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in a different season right now.
Fro has been out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Beard has been out of this world. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to. Yeah. I'm going to be on the struggle bus, my nigga, but look, we trying.
Hey, bro. I am a blessed man. So, like I said, God got the greatest sense of humor because I had some placements happen this year musically that, like, I know the last time we talked, and I know, like, some of our folks be like, oh, you should produce. You should produce. I quietly do, but I don't like to tell folks because I just be on my own time with it. I think that's the part that I think is I think that's where divinity touched me, like being aware of my own time and being aware of what I was ready for. I wasn't given anything that I wasn't ready to, like, receive.
Let's dive a little deeper into that. Because you've had a lot of people over time, like you said, mention these certain gifts, and encourage you to, live them loudly, shall I say. So it's like when stuff like that just happens, does it encourage you to just go in a lot harder and be a little more loud with it?
No. And I got
why not?
I want to. It's a dual thing. It's like a duality of it. Like I grew up hood, so like I don't really like attention. Like I'm not crazy about attention. I only want attention from the folks I care about. Like all the rest of that stuff is noise, and it don't really do nothing for me. It don't do nothing for my ego. Like I have removed myself in a lot of ways from like pride and living in like very proud moments to give like that feed into my detriment of my person. So like I ain't too big to say I'm wrong. I ain't too big to say like I'm uncomfortable with XYZ because I do get uncomfortable. And in the face of like, yeah, I know I DJ, and like you might catch me on stage when I'm DJing and they look like, oh man, he look like he's the party of da 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 da. I am very introverted, bro. Like I'm shy. Like I'm very poised. I can talk really well, yeah, but it ain't my like preference. And being like loudly out here, like yeah, I produce and I do da 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 da, is not me at all. Hate to say it, it ain't in my cards. Like when my spades hand, that is not in it. That's okay.
You've been running from this gift a long time, bro.
I'm not gonna say running from it. I just been, I've been existing to make sure the timing felt right for me to receive. what was for me.
I like the way you put that, but we go. Bro, listen, man. It's some things to where it's like, all right. I'll speak on for me myself. I'm not a guy that likes attention. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my thing either. But it's like it's certain gifts and certain things that God bless you with, to where it's like either what do I want to say? Either put it like this: God is gonna make it happen to where now you have to address that full on and handle it accordingly. He's just gonna bless you. Like, I mean, if you're walking and you're pacing in that right direction, you're gonna bump into something, and then it's gonna be like boom. And then from there, it's like, all right, you've been trying to tiptoe around that. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of on that. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do now?
So you know me very well. You know that I love music. You also know that I love Kendrick Lamar's music specifically.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar, my favorite Kendrick Lamar song on wax, period, ever. It'll forever be this song. Fear by Kendrick Lamar is the most undefeated song he has ever put down on wax. It is, I think it needs to be in the Smithsonian. Like, they need to put every single lyric from Fear in something encapsulated somewhere. But he says a line in there that I resonate with a lot, and he talks about his journey at being 27. It's in the third verse when he talks about being 27. He says, I had to look it up because, like, I think about it all the time when people ask me, like, man, like, why don't you speak loud about this? And I literally think about this line all the time, and I don't want to mess it up just because of how great the line is. He says, and this is not a financial thing, but just what he gets at. He said, all this money is God playing a joke on me. Is this for the moment, or will he see me as Job? Take it from me and leave me worse than I was before. Ooh. I resonate with that.
Yeah, I remember that bar. That I just thought about. I remember that bar. That was a heavy bar.
And I think vanity could be the downfall of, at least for myself. Like, I don't think other people live in that ego, live in that, because that's where your blessings come. I don't think my blessings come in vanity, and I think I could end up in a situation where will he see me as Job and leave me worse than I once was before? I feel like I'm being blessed because I stay humble and I remind myself of, like, the humanness of myself.
Yeah, because we touched on that last interview and conversation. You were saying that, like, you valued being, human more. You have these talents and gifts that God has blessed you with, but I guess I can't necessarily challenge you on using them because you have been using them, but it's like using them rooftops. Yeah,
I don't stand out there. I don't go to a function and be like, "Oh yeah, I produce. You need a beat."
Yeah. I mean, bro, I'll tell you, bro. I knew it was in you a long time ago, just from us talking music and vibing off of different sounds and textures of music that we just love.
I like that you said textures, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got to give him that hand clap for that one. That's, yes, textures. Yes. Yes. You continue. I'm sorry. I just want to recognize that you use the thought to use textures to describe sound. Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because that's how I hear music. So it's like when we bonded on that particular taste in music, or taste, because we love different. I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody follow me on Apple Music and they saying what I'm listening to, it's all over the place, dog. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. But it's like when you get into that, I knew then you had the talent to do that. You know what I mean? But it was just like, was it more so sharpening the tools? Like, what kept it so hidden?
I think it's like, I think you can think about it like college. You go to college to study for 4 years to be a master in XYZ. I think all of that, it was like pretty much premeditated studying. And it was just the study of studying life, studying spaces. Like, understanding different avenues of like flavors. And I can even tie that into like aesthetically. I think every sound has a color that matches it. And every color has a taste, like a physical, like food taste that matches that. So I think, diving into almost like a renaissance to shout out to Beyonce. Dive into a renaissance to understand like sound more, to then like developing my own palette of sound. I'm not trying to sound super deep on this. I just think a lot.
Have you figured that out? Have you cracked that now? Because it was something. Damn it! I really want to mention that, but it sound like you. It sound like you. Like, bro, when you told me that, I'm like, what? Because I didn't think to like, hey, this sound like my guy. But when you played it, dog, that's you through and through. The two of them. That.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, man. Wow, bro. Wow.
Crazy enough. I'll give people a hint to it. Is your name Blue? Will be the hint for one. Because there is, in my version, there is a soundbite from Moonlight that I use, and it asked when he was asking when Black was asking the Masharli, that it was like father figure, he was like telling him a story about being young, running on the beach, and this lady was like, I'm gonna call you Blue, and Black was like, so your name Blue? And I named XYZ after that.
That's hard.
The other one, which nobody will be able to find this one because I don't think it exists anywhere, but other than on my jacket in my laptop. Darius Love Hall broke a bar down to Nina and was like, she was like, why do you want what you want when you want it? And he responds to her, you see this right here is all that matters. And that's urgent like a mother effort. Like, those are the two.
That's hard. That's hard. Hey, man, y'all let us know in the comments if y'all figure that out.
Nobody will. And it's okay. I'll rock with y'all still. We good. We good. This is a family function.
I think I asked you when, like, damn, I really want to tap around. You could tell me if you don't want to answer it. We can skip it. But it's like, I was asking you of checking, like, authentication. When these opportunities came to your doorstep, and like, could you break that part down of just, hey man, is this real? Like,
Google's free. Google is free.
Oh yeah.
I think reading comprehension and Google are like two things you can master nearly anything. Just being aware, being intentional, and honestly just siphoning through the BS, bro. Like, we all have a cell phone that works right now. Mm-hmm. Every single cell phone comes with some type of internet browser on there. I can Google you right now, and you sitting in front of me, and I could probably read something about you that you might not have told me. Like, Google's free, bro. It's just real life.
That's right.
Do your research, people. Just read to retain. But Google is like, it's free, and I'm sure y'all don't scroll to the bottom of a Google page and seen all them O's. Those are web pages with more links to more things about what you just searched.
Facts.
There are a million one searches for almost everything. Google's free.
Yes, Lord. Y'all will catch that on the way home. Anyways. The ones in the back.
Talk to him, Pastor.
Hey, man. That's all. There's a lot of inside shit. Y'all gonna have to just figure that out, man. Y'all gonna have to dig in and figure that out. We leave y'all some breadcrumbs.
It's all love, baby.
Yeah. Yo. Man. So last time I had talked to you, man, you was in a place of where you were falling out of love. Not with music, but the acts and services that come with music, shall I say. And I remember a lot of your peers and me as well, being in that friend group, was continuing to encourage you to, like, nah, bro, keep shining them gifts. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, keep thriving. We're going to figure it out the rest of the way. And so I think from that, I think you had challenged yourself and was like, all right, I'm going to hit that end date here, but I'm going to just go crazy until that end date.
Is it bad that I know what day I wrote that letter and I know the end date still to off
that,
the cuff? I know them both off the cuff.
Now, ironically, you haven't been able to issue that letter because I got
cyberbullied, bro. I got bullied into continuing.
How is it being just now getting that second wind and figuring it out? Because now it looks like you're having fun.
I am not having more or less fun doing it. I don't like the service part of it sometimes. I think I really, I sat back and started to like realize like, bro, and this is why I say God got the greatest sense of humor. I was being so selfish. I was being so self-centered. Well, me. I feel like this. But I realized like I was providing a service where people like genuinely enjoy it. Like people find happiness in these moments. Like who am I to tell God the gift that he gave me I should not give to folks? I should not be a servant as well. Like not saying like I need to be out here like kissing ass and just being somebody's servant. Like, oh, I need to do this tap dance for people. But like, who am I to tell God, bro? I'm gonna shy away from my gift. I think it's a moral responsibility that we lean into our gifts.
Facts.
Some people write better. Like I know right now to this day, one of the smartest people I know, she is a copywriter. I love like reading what she writes because she inspires me so much. Cause like her writing is amazing. Like, and just genuinely seeing like her think through that writing is like, yo, I would have never thought of something in this aspect. Like she shines. I'm like, bro, I really rock with you. Like, I think you are like, your 2 feet don't walk on the ground. You float on air.
That's hard. That's hard.
And it's like, bro, like them leaning into that purpose and seeing them like that inspires me so much. Like seeing people that I genuinely like enjoy as people, like lean into their gift inspire me so much. Like seeing your setup now from the first time I came to the setup.
Yeah.
We didn't have Lost in the Sauce on the wall. We didn't have graphics before the video drop. We didn't have the ficus in the corner and the 2 extra lights out there. We caught it in the daytime with the right light, with the light on the top. Like, bro, to see like my people walking their purpose, it's like watching Jordan do the behind the back pump fake under boom off the back. Like when you see it, you just like, only certain people know that feeling because they walking in that purpose and floating. Like you floating on air at that point, bro. I gotta say also, I'm very proud of you.
Man, thank you, man.
Throwing it out there.
Thank you.
Very proud of you and your ascension and everything. Like from day one before the pod, like talking with you about it to see where you at now. Love to see the growth. I don't do nothing but celebrate it. If I was drinking, cheers. We taking a shot. Boom. Yeah. Cheers. We just gonna.
We got a little bit of agua in there, but hey, man.
Hey, this is the Lord's liquor.
Love, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Oh,
like I said, man, like it's just like piggybacking off of what you're saying, bro. It's it has been something that gradually progressing. I've just, the more I've been inspired, the more I've poured in, and I've realized that it was a service that was needed here. You know what I'm saying? And I would feel selfish in a way to like just step away and not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it comes with a lot of responsibility, and sometimes it gets trying, You know, sometimes it gets frustrating, sometimes it gets annoying, but ultimately you know where that passion lies, and you know the mission. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I really appreciate that too. Because just little small stuff like that is you able to pull from and continue just when you need a little extra oomph in the tank. You know what I'm saying? It helps.
I get that. I get that that extra yeah, that revitalization almost. Like I was talking to the homie Malcolm. If y'all don't know, one of my favorite brands on this earth right now is called Jesus Was Black.
He put me on to that. I started to wear some of that today too.
Hey, I got my JWB jacket. You know, it's a little nippy outside. I got my JWB on. Right now I got my After the Interlude on, but like my JWB is you know, I love JWB, bro. I love Malcolm to death. He's a genius. He definitely taught me he shines and shows a great example and leads in that concept of betting on you when you know your work is great because the reward is coming.
That's hard.
It's not a gamble. It's not a if. It's and it's not even like a prolonged win. It's I know you were walking in that purpose so much that like the stars were already written for you.
Boy.
Again, last time I sat in the shower, I was a hurt man.
That's fire. That's fire, dog.
Come back with a little refinedness, you know.
Does it not reassure things, but like what's the word I want to say? It's like when you know you walking in there, I can't even really explain the feeling, bruh.
Can I interject on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
A very poignant person told me recently, because I always be like, oh, I'm trying, bro. Like, I hear myself all the time, like, yeah, I'm trying to do da-da-da-da-da. They say, hey, bro, let that go. Stop. You ain't trying nothing. You're doing. And it changed my mindset from the concept of try, which can be cyclical and keep you in that loop, that circle of like, oh, I'm trying. Like, I do something, I try again. Like, I'm trying. You're doing. So changing it from being like, yeah, it might not. And I think in trying, like, that mindset can get you cyclical. It can get you caught in that loop where it's like, okay, you feel like it ain't no such thing as success. But when you're doing, it's like, okay, cool, I did this, boom. It might not have played out how I wanted, but I pivoted and went somewhere else and I did something new. So you're always growing. You're climbing the ladder. So you're doing. So I've been removing try from my vocabulary, and I got to thank this person for that. Thank you so much for that. Period. On wax. Thank you so much. Period. I want to thank you 1,000,000 times over.
We're going to have to get that clipped up. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we're going to get that clipped up. Yeah, I'm going to send that right to you, Jack. Yes, Lord. Oh, again. Hey, man. God is funny.
He got the greatest sense of humor.
Hey, man. Oh, man. Dang, what I want to ask you. Hey, man, matter of fact, let's deter off for just a slight second.
Let's go for it.
Because I didn't get to ask you this last time. Could you break down Because of the Internet? Could you break that album down?
All right. Okay. So
we ran out of time last time.
But nobody knows.
That was one of the most like impactful albums back then. And you had this synopsis of that album and I never got it from you. So like,
Because the Internet is one of the greatest pieces of artwork ever. Like, there are 3 albums I think are 3 of my favorite albums of all time. And it's a sliding scale of the 3, but they're always typically, they get the most run out of like, oh, these are my top 3 albums ever. Prince, Purple Rain. Damn by Kendrick. Because the Internet. Donald Glover is a genius because he started out one day randomly after a bad breakup with an ex over some time. He's figuring out life. He's figuring out himself. He's coming into some acclaimed fame. He's on Community, the TV show. He's got one album out called Camp. He wrote like a loose story through Camp, nothing crazy. Breaks up with his girl. He thought he was gonna be with her forever. Hurts him, impacts him crazy. He wrote some notes on like stickies from a hotel, talking about just like him being depressed and being sad. This actually starts the entirety of Because the Internet.
Wow. And man, and the funny part about that, I think these was early stages in the internet too. Well, it was kind of still young.
I think
too.
Instagram just kind of hit. Like it kind of just became an app a bunch of people are using. Like you made maybe like 12, 13 notes. Nothing crazy. But they looked very depressive. Like a person looking in is like, man, like he's super sad. Like let's go get him help. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. And he's recognized like, yeah, I'm sad. I'm depressed. Cool. That kind of birthed the concept of Because of the Internet. He does from there. He does a short movie. I'm loosely going through the time because it's like this.
It was a little while ago. I remember he rented Chris Bosh's crib.
Yes, out in L.A.
They had Topanga. Topanga was yeah. Back then, if y'all don't know who Topanga was, back then that was one of them. Yeah, in that show, you know what I'm saying?
She was fine.
But he had a bunch of people pull up and
he does this thing called Clapping for the Wrong Reasons. It's almost like a silent film. He has Kyle, which is we use a Kyle song, but like he does like a 20-minute like film called Clapping for the Wrong Reasons on YouTube. You can go look it up. And it's pretty much setting the premise of the story of Because of the Internet. When he's getting close to Because of the Internet, you see him doing appearances in this white shirt, that little hat that he had that looked like the old Red Wings cap, like the fur joints. Yes. He's rocking a pair of Cortezes, white and black Cortezes, like solid white with the black swoosh. And like typically like board shorts, so like beach shorts. And this jacket, like one of the Red Wings jacket. You see him do a bunch of appearances. He does a freestyle for Sway. He does a couple other things, and I think on Sway he dropped a line. He was like, "Wrote some shit on Instagram. I'm just being honest," and that's referencing the beginning of all this. So this is on leading up to the album dropping. A week before the album drops, he tells people, if you are one of the first 50 people to go buy my album in any Target, you will get a flash drive. And the flash drive is going to contain an album cover art, a script for the album. He has an entire screenplay for this album.
And I want to add a little bit of premise for like the younger people. Back then, you had to go and physically get music. Like it wasn't in your phone.
Streaming wasn't as hot as it is now. Like streaming music.
Yeah, it wasn't hot yet.
This was 2013 when he dropped his album. Like
I remember it was on streaming services, but it wasn't like prevalent like it is now. Like everybody
I'll send me an Apple Music link. It wasn't that back then. It was still like, oh, you got to go buy an album on Apple Music, Amazon, whatever. Like you're still buying albums, and like Dat Piff was still super hot. So like you download mixtape still. Like this was those days. This was before Apple Music is what it is today, or like top Tidal, Spotify, all of them. It wasn't this back then.
That was fire.
But
my bad. Go ahead and continue.
No, you good. You good. I agree with that. That's very prevalent to the conversation. And he also at the same time released a web link. Oh, I went a little too far. He did a random campaign on his Twitter, Roscoe's Wetsuit. It literally means nothing. Literally.
I remember they catching some traction of like, what is this? And I remember back then we were like scrambling trying to figure out what the hell it meant.
Meant nothing. But if you bought the CD, the GIF version where like you move it and it like show face, you peel the front case off, it says Roscoe's Wetsuit under it. You want to know how I know? Because I peeled it off. Just randomly one day I peeled it off. I didn't peel it off till years later. After I'm in love with the album. It's like I'm out of college. Like I peeled it off one day, just sitting there around. I was like, man, I want like I'm gonna put this on something. So I peeled it off, and it literally said Roscoe's Wetsuit, and I was like, this man is a genius.
That's hard.
Like he's a evil genius. So yeah, he drops a web link because the enter.net. There we go. And it has the entire screenplay. You're reading through the screenplay and it picks up where the album Camp left off. So it's a song at the end called "The Power" where he does this interlude where he talks about
Remember The Power? That was one of my favorites.
Bro, literally talk about you love that girl on the bus and told her it was destiny, all this stuff. He gets off the bus and he was like, well, I got off the bus, a boy, but I never really got off. Because the internet screenplay picks up, he's getting off the bus, he walks to his limo. His dad is a man who looks, he's Rick Ross, but he looks like Rick Ross. That's why if you ever see those Because the Internet posters and Rick Ross is on there, he's like, Rick Ross wasn't on his album. It's because Rick Ross was his dad in the screenplay. So it picks up there and it starts with him as a kid and he's like trolled. Once he gets back home, he like throws his Cortezes against the wall. They like describing the crib, the Chris Bosh crib. They're describing Chris Bosh crib. He got the foyer with the Buddhist statue and all of that. Like,
and that was a beautiful crib too, bro. Like, man.
That outdoor infinity pool.
Yeah. I didn't know Chris Bosh had a crib like that, bro.
I
Mr.
want
Champagne Man.
Hey, bro, he popped
that was
bottles
some wild
right
shit,
here.
man.
He popped bottles.
He won that championship and lost his mind, bro. Like, I said, dog, bro, you're not supposed to post champagne on your head like that, bro.
Not in that context. Like, you gotta tighten up, bro. I still rock with you, Bosh. You deserve to be.
He got out his body on that one, literally. How about that nigga way, boy? Hey, but look,
hey, your crib's still nice, bro.
Hey, no, that shit was nice as hell. I ain't gonna hold you.
He oh yeah, so getting back into it. He's at this crib, describing the crib, all that stuff, and it's like an interlude to it. And it starts out, you know, talking kind of about the boy getting off the bus, getting home, all that stuff. It then has like a moment where he's like trolling somebody online and he's laughing because at the time the internet was just coming into trolls. We were just figuring out what trolling was.
Man, that was the peak of like World Star. That was the peak of
when dudes was making
clips.
Fake pages, like a white guy, and he's a black dude on there with a white dude face saying the N-word to people, trolling. Like, it's like,
matter of fact, was that one of the first times we figured out a name for that shit?
Yeah, I think that was around that time. Yes, that was like at first it was Rick Rollin because people used to put the fake video on YouTube with the Rick Rollin song.
Yeah,
Never gonna give you. That's.
I used to hate that shit, man. That shit used to be on so much shit. Like, bro,
new Lil Wayne mixtape. Never gonna give you,
man, bro. Hey, bro. I wonder if he ever got paid for them spins. How many times people have trolled us like that?
Well, I don't know. He should have though.
That was crazy.
Because back then, monetization in YouTube wasn't a thing. Anybody could upload to YouTube.
It wasn't.
We had LimeWire back then. We had the Dat Piff. So like, you get on LimeWire, download a song.
It's crazy.
New Lil Wayne mixtape, The Drought 7.
Then he'd be right there with that song, boy.
It's 7. Yes, 7 tracks of Never Gonna Give You Up. They got Aha Take On Me as track 3.
Hey, man, good times, bro. And that was in some of the purest forms of like trolling, bro. So
yes,
it was annoying as hell, but it was funny.
It's when back then, like, you really had to do your due diligence with the internet. Like how now, like, you can loosely do your due diligence and find exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Back then, you had to be precise. Like, otherwise, never gonna give you.
Yep. Hey, man. Beautiful shit, man.
And it's like he introduced that, and then it skips. It has like a stop, and it's like he introduces and it goes like because the internet, like kind of like a fade in screen for the name, and then it tells you to play track 1. And it also has a visual on the website for track 1. And it's not a long video. They're like 6-second clips sometimes. Some of them were like 30, 40 seconds, stuff like that. And through the screenplay, you're reading about, like, he wrote a world for this. So, like, you know that song Teleport Ave was like Teleport Ave by Lloyd on Oakland. And you hear him, the car, boom, closed door. And it's like he's driving. It's because literally in the screenplay, he wrote about him calling his ex, Janae Aiko. She was his ex in the screenplay. Yeah. But her name wasn't Janae Aiko. It was like he called Janae Aiko in Oakland. And he was living in LA, and he jumped on the 5. Like he told all his homies, like, come on, pack up, we're leaving. They all packing his car. He closes like, and it has a video clip of it. The video clip was literally just like 3 dudes sitting in the car, and then you see him walk up, and it's just like the front of the car. You don't see like a full car. You just see like the front windshield, and it's like a square for the front windshield, and you just see that. He walk up, he get in the car, shut the door. All of them sleep. It's 3, 4 in the morning because he didn't make it to her until like 8 or 9 in the morning because most people know this. Going from LA to Oakland is 6 hours. Like it's like 6.5 hours. Like, yeah, it's a trek.
It's a little drive.
So he
it's a little drive.
I know you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
all right.
He used that, and it's like to hear the song on wax.
Yeah.
Boom. Welcome to Shade 105. Da, 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 da. We got this new song called Lloyd called Oakland.
That's hard.
And then the track is playing, and you hear him harmonizing with it in the back, and then it actually drops into like Gambino's song.
You making me want to play it a little bit.
Can we legally get that off on YouTube?
I don't know.
Let's not do it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it, but I really wanted to. But like, that's hard though.
Yeah, like when you get a chance, if you get a chance, and you can throw like a little disclaimer, go listen to Telegraph Ave.
Yeah, by
Childish Gambino, and pay attention to how the song builds, because in the screenplay it tells you to play like it's just in the middle of the screenplay. Not all of them are like, he does them by books and scenes and stuff. This is just in the middle of a scene, so you're reading on a page, and I got the vinyl with it with the full screenplay. Like I got the screenplay at the crib.
That's hard. So
you reading through it, and like just in the middle of it, it had like on the web page, it was just a video box and told you play Telegraph Ave now. So you play Telegraph Ave, you see him drive to where you hear him drive, you read through him driving to Oakland.
Yep.
And showing up on Janae Aiko. And that's when, you know, he gets there and they talk, but like even to the point when Chance, like he had that.
Was that all she needed was some?
Yes.
Bro, that song, that was one of my favorites.
Crazy enough, Chance has a full verse for that.
Bro, that's hard. That's hard. I don't know how the fuck they came up with that hook like that, but that was crazy.
Crazy enough, in the screenplay, he was at the beach. The reason the music video looks like that, because in the screenplay, they went to the beach because like Chance the rapper name and there was like Fam or something. Or no, his name wasn't Fam. He was something else. But like they wanted to go to the beach that morning after partying. Like they lived a party lifestyle because his dad was rich.
Yeah. They were kicking it like I remember seeing like the screenplay, and it was just they were just turning up in the crib, bro. Like,
and he's this depressed, introverted troll on the internet who can't get it up when he got offered a threesome.
Bro, that was crazy. Who was the chick he kept seeing around the crib?
And because of the internet?
Yeah.
In real life, she's a porn star.
Wait, what?
In real life, that chick's a porn star.
Hey man, shout out Childish Gambino. Dog and genius,
but that was the lore, the like she lore was beautiful of it too, bro. That was the lore of the thing. Like he got a bunch of people that he talked about. He was like all these, you know, and he did that interlude. He was like, "What are all these people doing in my fucking house?" And like was crashing stuff. That's in the screenplay. And you see like him walk into like his living room, and you see the grand piano in there because Chris Bosh's crib is beautiful.
Nah, it was beautiful,
wonderful. But he walk in there, and you see him like. See all these people partying. He's like, what are all these people? And he's depressed. And during the screenplay, his dad dies. That's why the song Earn is in there. His dad dies. They cremated him, and his dad wanted to be thrown in like the Swiss Alps. He meets this one random chick in the Swiss Alps, and she like, I think in that one time in his life, he actually felt like some of the best bliss because his mom was already dead too.
In the screenplay.
Yes. So he was super depressed by that. And it's like, his dad was never there. His dad traveled the world, and because of the internet, and because in Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, he answered the phone on a telemarketer. You know, like they were like, "Hey, we're looking for XYZ," and he was like, "What month is it?" And he's like, "Oh, he's probably in this area," and then just hangs up.
Yep, I remember that. That's hard, bro.
He built such a world around this, and like that's when you seen him do the song Melrose for Janae Aiko that. Oh, you own it, all my love, baby, all my love. Like he was taking interludes from folks. He did the F that bitch like freestyle during that time. Like he really had a world that he built around his album, and that's what makes me love it so much because it's like in the purest form of like dropping like gems, like unspoken gems. He really dove into that.
Yep, it was a special album, man, and like.
And he was rapping his ass off.
No, facts.
It was good.
Facts.
It ain't like he did a concept and it was trash.
I like that El Werner bar that he threw out back then, where he's like, he got a crush on her. Yeah, that was hard. She was cold back then with that reef. Yeah.
Bro, he made me fall in love. He made me fall in love with the Fisker. I didn't know Fiskers were fully electric cars.
Man, I didn't know that either.
Bro, that's why, like, he said a line about a Fisker, and like you hear the car, like the sound, like he was like, Fiskers don't make noise when they start up. And I was like, that's crazy.
Hey man, he used to just do this stuff so casually, but like when you have like geniuses like that, man, that are able to like literally build a world like around a specific concept, like that stuff is just unmatched, man. And it's a few artists that can like really just do that.
Frank is another one, with blonde being spelled BOLND on the album cover, but everywhere else is BOLNDE because he plays into the male and feminine of blonde. And halfway through the album on Nights, it's the literal split. When Nights changes, it changes. That's the literal middle of the album. And he changes from the masculine to the feminine.
That's hard.
It ain't many people that be out here like that.
Hey, that's hard.
But I study music. That's like stuff I do on my free time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna study music.
Have you had anything that's out recently that has impressed you? What you been listening to lately?
Hold on, I need to pull up my music to see. I've been listening to a lot of love songs lately. I ain't even gonna cap to you.
Yeah, you been in that bag. Yeah. Oh man, for you look that up. Let's talk about Smino album.
Hold on. No L's has one of the greatest verses this year, period.
Boy, hey man.
My beautiful angel, my Beyonce.
It was cooking.
He said, my amigo done brought the Casamigos to the party. I was like, he's going stupid.
He was, man. Which one of them, man, that was... it was definitely No L's. That was one of my first favorite, like when first listening to the album. Let me see. Yes, you know. I didn't know he was that fire like that. Like I've listened to him passively, on tracks on that Dreamville. I'm like, oh yeah, I really like this track. I really like that, what he's involved in. And then he did this album. This made me a fan. Like,
he went
this was
crazy
next level.
A while ago when he said this line to me. He opened a song. He was like, "Good riddance, good riddance. Shawty should be coming off the top like some good riddance."
Dog. Hey man, y'all catch that in the car. Look, that's hard. That is hard, man. Bruh.
He actually wrote the line that Golding took. He said, "I got a light skinned chick. She looked like beige loaf."
He had them crazy one-liners, bro. Timmy, like, even with what he did with that album, just experimenting with certain sounds and finding certain pockets. Like, Old Ass Kendrick was one of the ones that was
my favorite city, my favorite video. It was kind of litty.
Dog.
We was listening to Old Ass Kendrick.
And just, I love how he just, how he caught that certain pocket with just doing the hook. Like, she bad. Like, with the, bro. I said, this nigga's different, man.
Did you hear him on Boogie album this year? When he jumped on that, he said,
bruh.
We were so in love. He said, we was like, remember when that time we cut at the scissor show? We were so in love. She was singing love. I was like, this nigga.
Fire, boy.
He is crazy.
Yeah, nah, that was one of my favorite this year. I'm still trying to digest his album.
As a whole project, I'm not a fan. It got some bangers on there, like Seek and Destroy. Love it.
Yeah, nah, that's hard.
I love Love Language because she ended it with that hit different. I like Gone Girl. I Hate You still bangs to me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me see. I don't know. I like Control a little better, man.
I do too. As a project, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's fire though. Let me see. She sent me so much on a high with like Good Days when she dropped it. I'm like, Lord. I like Low. I like what she did on that Low.
Low was good. Low was very good. Kill Bill gives me Z Scissor feels, which I rock with a lot. Snooze, You know Leon Thomas wrote Snooze?
No, I didn't know that. I really like Snooze.
Snooze hits. It's a good one. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I got another question for you too, but we can tell in a minute when you done with tell me what you've been listening to lately. Like what's got you in the chokehold, bro?
I've been listening to a lot of grime, which is like UK rap and stuff like that.
Oh shit! What's hitting that palette for you?
Nux.
That particular
Nux.
Okay.
It's a rapper named Nux. He was in my top 6 listened to artist of the year. Top 5. I'm sorry. He was in my top 5 listened to artist of the year. It was Kendrick, him, Drake. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, the Drake and 21 album, it did.
It's fire. Nah, it's next level. It's different, dog.
It's because of how much 21 floated. I'm sorry, the sample that they used that Ballad of a Fallen Soldier on that Privileged Rappers by the Isley Brothers.
Oh man, bro, that shit is
Look at me dead in my eyes. You know that I'm gonna have to go slide. Too much respect, bro.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Privileged Rappers is one of my favorite. Let me see.
I guess it's Fuck Me as Mauve.
It's really hard throughout all of them. Just the certain pockets they caught. Like Major Distribution was hard.
It was super solid.
I like how he started it though.
It was
I really like how he started it. But
all of my favorite verses are from 21 on there.
I don't know, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, Privileged Rapper.
21 went crazy.
Drake went crazy. I like Broke Boys. Drake went stupid.
He did well.
Come on now.
He did well.
You got to hear the cadence.
I do.
You got to hear the cadence and what he doing. He really said that shit from his soul. He was like, ooh, I hate these broke boys. Like, God damn, man.
I feel like Drake has given us better exhibitions of like cadence. And one in specific I'm a reference is Survival. I think that was his
Middle of the Ocean?
Time. Middle Ocean is great, but
he snap. We're going to talk about that off camera. What the fuck? Hey, dog. Hey, dog. We gotta talk. This nigga just blew my mind live on camera.
Hey, Pussy in Millions, Travis Scott.
That's crazy.
Great.
No, Pussy in Millions hard. Hours in Silence.
Great.
Stupid.
So, my favorite 3, Rich Flex, Privileged Rappers, and I Guess It's Fuck Me.
Man. Oh, yeah, I Guess It's Fuck Me was kind of hard. Nah, that was hard, though. Go ahead. Say what you were saying.
He gave us a fuckboy ballad real quick. Like, a menacing ballad for niggas that are being menaces. I think Rich Flex, I don't know why people was like trying to be like homophobic about Rich Flex. Like, oh, he acting, suspect. I'm like, bro, if you don't scram, they really yellow diamonds in the watch. This shit costs a lot. Never send a bitch your dot. That's how you get shot. I DM in Vanish mode. I do that shit a lot. Bruh, 21 went crazy. All the niggas ain't nothing. Them hoes busted. I was like, yeah, he's in full slide mode. Like, and I gotta give 21 all that credit because, like I said, my favorite verses were from 21 on this album.
Nah, he did. He caught certain pockets. He went stupid. He went real stupid, bro.
I'm a savage. Smacker. Booty. And magic. I'll slap a pussy nigga with the ratchet.
Hey, I like how he mentioned the finsters too. The fake instas. I said, oh yeah, he caught
he said, that. Hey, what'd he say? Fuck your main page. I wanna see what's your finster? I wanna know the real you.
Yeah,
I was like,
facts.
yeah, he's getting ain't no close friends. I don't want that. Let me get that page where you talking your shit. Come here. Let me talk to you real quick. Yeah, but I know we got off track a little bit, but Nux, he's a rapper from London. Insanely great. He got a song called Leon the Professional where he's talking almost like he sets the scene where he's talking to 2 of his homies from the block and they in the car chopping it up. And he was like, they talk like different than us. So he was talking about this dude that stayed in the flats and he was like, oh yeah, you ain't never heard about Leon, He was like, Leon. And he was like, telling the story about how Leon was like, he used to skate the Jakes, but Leon was the hit boy. So he's like, if you got an issue, hit Leon on the jack. Leon will go handle that. Like if you want a body, nobody. Leon was
I'm
catching.
gonna have to check. They talking spicy like that. I'm gonna have to goddamn check him out.
Nux got an album he dropped this year called Alpha House. It was my fourth most listened to album behind Smino's album. At least how Apple told me. It was Smino's album, Drake album, Wasteland, and then it was Nux.
Oh man, you gotta see. I may still gotta dive into that Wasteland album a little more, but I was underwhelmed a little bit.
I was not, because I lived that exact Wasteland. I had a time in college that looked exactly how Wasteland album was, minus the baby,
for sure,
minus the child. Everything else, I had a time in college where it looked like that. Like I don't think like people recognize how great his bars were in Gravity. He was like, "Don't act like I'm average," but he says the line. He was like, "I'm on." But you want me home.
Yeah.
I get you what you want, but you want me alone. He was talking about, I got to go grind, baby. You want all these things.
See, I didn't catch it like that just from the cadence. Now that you just broke that down, that's hard. That's hard.
It's a lot of them in there.
I like that All Mine.
Yeah.
What's that song he threatened that girl with, like, man, you on that bullshit, I'm going to fuck these girls in the front row.
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what song that was, but I was like, that's a hard little bar.
He
so there was a couple that was on there that was hard, but I'm just like, man. But I guess it was the concept of the album for you.
Wasting Time. Yeah, I love conceptual albums.
Now Gravity was crazy though, and I did like how he flowed that within the album. I gotta go back and look at the track list, like everything that he had on there. So it was a couple. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think it was trash, but
also Jackie Brown. My new bitch looked like Halle Berry. My old bitch fine like Jackie Brown.
Yeah, she.
Pam Grier at one point in time was the finest woman in the world.
Grier.
Period.
I was a little cub back then, but hey,
and Pam could have got it all.
Yeah,
I'm talking about John Legend, all of me.
Shout out Foxy Brown.
What Drake say? It's yours. It's yours. It's always going to be yours.
Hey, that is
yes. Pam Grier had it.
Yes, man, Miss Foxy Brown, Lord.
And then you know what's crazy? He said a bar in there, and I think everybody missed it because of how fast he seen it, but also people never watched the show. He said, "Crib by the beach like Odell. No Beaumont, my killers don't tell." Beaumont from The Wire? Them boys were snitching on him. He was giving us bars.
Nah, that's hard.
He was going crazy. I was like,
that's hard.
I know 90%. And he was talking about Jackie Brown. I was like, most of y'all ain't caught that. Like, that was a flex. No Beaumont.
With the
no Beaumont, my killers don't tell. And he from Baltimore.
Nah, yeah. Man, what happened to Go Link? I know that's a random ass thing, but
the controversy with the Mac Miller statement. Like, I think he has a
he was on a trajectory. Like, he was going up. Like,
but also
we caught Crew early. Yeah. I remember you put me on the Go Link. Yeah. You said, "Hey, he's it."
His last effort out, I'm not gonna say I really like Harem. Harem was an experiment in sound, but it also was taking sounds from people like Pink Sifu and other stuff like that. And it's like, I like a couple of tracks. Now he has a track on there with this dude named Riz Lowski, who is another UK artist, and Riz Lowski is singing on there, and it's called "Spit on It," and he raps like heavy raps for the first like 45 seconds, and then it drops into this whimsical song, and it's like Rizlowski sings like, I love it when your head in the cloud. I never want to bring you down because I need you up there. Stay up there. Like, he's singing, and I'm like, and it's like very like, it describes, like, if you've ever been like so in love with somebody, they come out your pores, and you just looking at her and like just seeing her be in her own world. Cause like, and every guy on every, we see it on Twitter all the time, like, man, I love when she look back at me like, what? And he literally referenced that. He's like, I love it when you look back at me like, what the fuck do you want? What you looking at? And he's like, I never want you to feel weird about that. I want you to be in that because I love looking at you in your element. Like, Rizlowski just sings for maybe a minute and a half.
That's fire, bro.
And it's like, he has pockets of that in songs, and I'm like, this is so great. He got a song with Pink Panthers that goes crazy, another UK artist.
What got you into so much of this, like, the UK artists? Because I'm still asleep on them, I guess you could say. So I haven't really went down the rabbit holes and like deep dived on them. So like,
anybody
what's got
need
you
a bucket of UK artists? Hit me up. I'll give you a playlist. Don't matter what streaming service you on. What got me to UK artists? Them niggas really spit. And also, I hate that like they be like, oh, New York grime is. I'm like, that's UK grime, bro. Skepta has been doing that for years. Skepta is insane. Like, he's insanely great. There are artists there that are insanely great that don't get that look. But also, like, in the UK, a lot of our Trinidadian folks and stuff done moved over there and figured out life and figured out how life works over there. It's a untapped market in terms of like just understanding that it's more than just what the States got. And over there, they got a sound and a look. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, they be washing us up on fashion in a general senses. Like, they'll wash us up for the fashion, they wash us up for the looks, they wash us up on a couple of things. Like, yeah, we do have the greater set of rappers overall, but they got a couple of folks out there that really get at it. And I recognize good music, no matter, like we talked about before, it don't matter the genre. So I think it played in as well. It don't matter where you at in the world. Like, if your music good, I'm rocking with it. It's a dude out of Zimbabwe, and I put AB on these. AB will tell you, I listen to music from everywhere. There are two dudes in Zimbabwe that are insane. It's
How do you get wind of these people, bro?
Bro, I can't tell you. I don't know. Like, his name is Marcus Harvey of everything. And bro, he makes some of the, he got songs that you hear, you be like, this need to be on select. He got a song, he starts out, you mean so much to me, so baby, I look for you.
That's hard.
Bro.
Hey, oh man, speaking of that, like, when you just made me get in that pocket, did you like Steve Lacy's album?
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Cody Freestyle might be my favorite though, because he slowed it down, and then at the end with them keys,
what's that where they went funky on that bass? That
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot, man. Let me go look it up.
I really like the first song.
I passively listened to it, but I said, dang, this is a really good album, bro.
I really like Static. Static is really good. The first song on the album.
Is it Helmet?
That's a good. Yes, that might be it.
Yeah,
because he does go crazy on his bass.
He was singing his ass off. I said, golly, that was hard.
Yeah, he goes crazy on that album. Another album that most people ain't listening to, Raven Lenae. Raven Lenae got top 15 albums of the year. Maybe top 10.
She did a song with him, didn't she?
She does a lot with him.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you're talking about.
She got a Smino verse on her album that is stupid too.
Yeah, that was one of them ones too. Yep. That shit, that was fire, bro. That was a great album. Dang, what else I wanted to ask you? You went to New York not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Who is that you went to see live?
I saw Alex Isley.
Oh yeah,
Robert Glasper and Terrace Martin.
Bro, that's three monsters. Like,
can I talk about that story?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, so I go to New York this year, depressed, leaving LA, left LA. I had a week I had to be here because of work, and I had to do some audits with my company. Boom. Random fact, I work in cybersecurity.
And then a whole musical job. Genius. He's literally like, what would you say? Would you say you're more like Iron Man shows himself? What? Superman, Clark Kent?
I'm not even gonna call me that. I would say I'm more so like Blank Man because I'm black.
I like that. Yeah.
So
I fuck with it.
I fly to LA. I'm in that, not LA. I fly out of New York. I'm in New York. I link up with Kept Frozen. Mm-hmm. I link up with Kept Frozen. This is the day, like the day I went and saw them. Yeah, shout out to the homie. Shout out to the bro, because I don't link up with many people, but I definitely let the homie know. I linked up with Kept Frozen when I was there, Saint Lando, and Sec.
Shout out Sec, man. God,
Sec Worldwide, the genius.
Yes, sir. Let me get, you got to get a real home.
You got to drop one for Lando, too, because me and him was in the bodega getting chopped cheeses at 2 a.m.
But if that ain't fucking New York, I don't know.
Bro, dude in there arguing with dude in the store. Hey, yo, how you going to charge $7 for a chopped cheese on a roll when I can pay you $8 to get it on a hero? This is $2. I'm giving you $2.
That's hard.
And proceed to pay this dude $2
Hey.
and walked out. Arguing. It was hilarious. Like, bro,
Man.
top tier. But I link up with Kept Frozen. I link up with him. He was at work in like the Manhattan area. Jump off train, I go see him. Boom. Hey, bro, it's good to see you. You know, we talking, we walking. We was like, all right, cool. Let's get something to eat. So we walking in Manhattan, and like ain't nothing hidden. Everything like tourist stuff, like McDonald's, all that stuff like that. I was like, hey, bro, let's shoot down to Chinatown and like let's go get something there because I know we gonna hit down there. We walk in this random spot just off the street. They had these Korean wings, bro. Insane.
Smacking. Hey, he took you to that mom and pop spot?
No.
He was telling me it was a spot that got some fire wings. Like, I'm gonna have to go.
I'm gonna have to definitely spin the block. But
okay,
we just randomly found a spot in Chinatown and got these like Korean fried wings with like they get like full drums and like they sauces is crazy in there. So we eat. It's like 6:30. He like, yeah, I'm about to push back to the crib because I got like a 40-50 minute train ride home. I was like, bet I'm probably gonna give me a drink. Then I'm gonna slide back to my spot in Brooklyn. He was up in Queens. He's up in Queens.
Yeah, he's in Queens. He's in Queens.
He's in Queens. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm about to go get me a drink somewhere real quick. Then I'm going to probably head back. So I was like, cool. It's a spot in New York that is actually closed. I'm so sad. I missed them so dearly. They were one of my favorite spots because it's a pool hall / shuffleboard hall / ping pong hall / jazz bar that they play live jazz.
Fire.
Bro, it's called Fat Cats. It's closed.
Man.
I go on the train. I'm like, cool, I'm about to go to Fat Cats. So I get off 2 stops up. Walking, I go over by Fat Cats. They close. I'm like, damn, they closed like permanently? And I look up online. Closed permanently. Hurt.
Man.
I'm walking through this area, just like a random area, because in this area is like a bunch of jazz bars and stuff. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna find this other spot that like I've heard about before, but it's not on like Google Maps and none of that. It's one of them ones like that's under the radar, and it's called The Groove, which got live jazz typically. I knew that Robert Glasper, Terrace Martin, and Alex Isley were in the city performing for a while, and I missed the tickets. They sold out. Hurt by it. Like it was a sold out show. I'm walking to the Groove and look left, and it just happened to be the Blue Note where they're performing. And I'm like, oh shit, that's where they performing tonight.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, I probably can't get no ticket or nothing, man. They sold out. I'm gonna go to the Groove.
Man.
I'm in the Groove listening to jazz, talking to the bartender. She flirting and stuff, pouring me free shots. I'm laughing along with it, like, bro, because she just came to New York from Clark. She graduated law school at Clark, or she just graduated college at Clark and is in law school in New York. Super cool chick. I don't remember her name. Shout out to you, whoever you are. But we were sitting there chopping it up, stuff like that. So she poured me rum shots, and we sitting there talking, laughing, stuff like that. I'm watching the jazz. We talking about the music. She's like, yeah, I really like this bartender here because like I like the music. She told me a couple spots I should hit up. I was like, hey, I'm actually about to go down the street and see if they got some walk-up tickets for the Robert Glasper show. She was like, oh, that's dope. You know, if you get anything later, hit me up. I did not.
Hey, and he was still in prime motherfucking Madmauves mode. Fresh off the interview, he was still in that mode. It was none of that shit going down.
So I didn't. And I go down there. So I'm talking to the dude at the door. I was like, hey, bro, do y'all do walk-up tickets? He was like, no, not typically. We don't do walk-up tickets, stuff like that. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, bro, I was like, I'm from out of town. Like, I'm up here just for a little bit of time. And like, this is one of the shows I really wanted to see. He was like, yeah, check tomorrow. They might have tickets. So I look up for the next day. There are no tickets. He was like, oh yeah. Man. So it's like sold out. I was like, hey man, the show don't start for like another, it's like 8 o'clock at this point. He was like, bro, they don't start for like another, 30, 40 minutes. He's like, I'm back in about 20 minutes and I'll see what I could do. I'm like, cool. I go call my dad. I'm talking on the phone with him. Mind you, I'm also a little lit. Like, I done been off the rum shot. I'm like 4-5 rum shots, 2-3 drinks in at this point. I done took a shot with my homegirl Dominique. Like, I'm super straight.
That's
like,
hard.
Bro, I come back over there. It's like a line of folks at this point. Like, it's packed. And dude, like, he see me. He nodded. He was like, hey, bro. He walked off like the steps and came there. Like, hey, bro, just stand right here by the pole. Like, by this, like, stop sign or whatever. I was like, cool. He's like, I'm come grab you in a minute. He skips a bunch of people to walk out there. He's like, hey, bro, like, I really rocked with your energy earlier. Like, he said, if you got $30, you can just, when you go in there, I'm going to tell you, go in there, go to your right. It's going to be a lady standing at a desk. Pay her $30, but you got to stand by the bar. I was like, I'm cool with that. As long as I'm in the room, I'm straight.
Yeah, I just want to be in there.
I go in there, boom, break bread with the lady. I'm talking to some random dude. Crazy enough, I'm gonna tell you another story how crazy New York was for me. I'm talking to some random dude at the bar as I order a drink. The dude ended up being the director of communications or something for the Guardians. At the time, the New York Yankees are playing the Guardians in the playoffs. He gives me Yankee tickets. We just sitting there talking. I literally pulled the card out of my wallet. I ain't being so serious.
Director in communications and
I
player relations.
literally told you that. And he gave me free Yankees. He was like, yeah, bro, like, it goes in box. He's like, you super cool. I really rock with you.
That is fire.
He said, whenever I'm in Nashville, I'll hit you up, stuff like that. So, like, he done hit me up since then. I done told him spots to go to. Mm-hmm. Like, super cool folks. I ain't get to go to the game, but I still got Yankee tickets for the free.
Just off relationships. God is funny.
I'm talking to it. Yeah, he's the greatest comedian. I'm talking to some other random dude. He had this necklace on that was dope. It looked like some of that Kanye, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy Power video. Like one of them, like
one of them big.
Bro, I'm talking to him. He was like, man, bro. I was like, where'd you get it from? He was like, bro, crazy enough, this used to be a woman's belt. I just turned it into this. We talking maybe another 10, 15 minutes. This is before the show starts too. He's like, where you sitting at? I was like, I don't have a seat. I'm only able to stand by the bar. He was like, give me a minute. He walks off. Just like walks off. I'm like, maybe, going to see if we got an extra spot at this table. He ended up being the director of the floor. He put me 2 seats behind Robert Glasper.
Dog, that.
Just off the mouthpiece, just chilling that day.
Man, that is fire, dog. Wow. And I remember seeing like little clips of it, and it was just.
Bro, I was literally sitting there like, as close as me and you are sitting, Robert Glasper.
He just turned around. He was in his stool, like over there going crazy.
Yes, literally. I was this
best seat in the house, dog.
Off just talking to people and just being a genuine soul, and like, I think that's where I don't talk it out loud, but like I just genuinely be me. So like, I think God rewards it in the back end. It went from me being at a sold out show to standing by the bar to being 2 seats behind Glasper.
Fire. You can't ask for it any better than that, bro.
Bro, yeah, that was my favorite part. And crazy enough, I was kind of sad because I had to take a later flight, and I missed the G Perico show because I had tickets to the G Perico show and I had tickets to Aaron Ray. Missed both of them because I had to go to what you call it.
Dog. Yeah. And I think you were telling me, man, that show was so beautiful. I think you said, man, did you even shed a tear in that?
Bro, I was very close. When Alex Oddly came out there and did Into Orbit, I was like, bro, this is some stuff I want to be in love to.
Man.
But I ended up seeing Aaron Ray later. So I ended up catching the one of his shows
Aaron
later.
Ray, oh, man, he's so fire, bro.
When he did Gold.
Dog. He go crazy.
He went up. I got to give him his credit. He went up. I wanted to go. So it's I don't know where CK's from. He's like an African artist that does like Afrobeat. He had a show that Friday. I ended up not going. I ended up linking up with the homie Lando, and that's when we ended up running into the crib and in the bodega yelling about the $7 chopped cheese. And he was like, bro, if the bodega across the street was open, you'd be charging $2 right now because they charge $2. And the bodega closed early and like that was the only one open. So they're trying to upcharge.
Yeah.
And the
gouging the prices of like,
bro, the line that had me and Lando and everybody else in the store dying, he was like, y'all are robbing the community. And I know because I robbed the community.
Hey, that's hard. Shout out that nigga, bro.
Shout out to Killer, homie.
Oh, man, I bet that was one of the best chopped cheese he ever had after that argument, man.
Bro, he was in there going off. And like, I ended up getting a sandwich. Lando got a sandwich. We popped back to his crib. We was drunk off rum at this point because he got rum because, I drink rum. He's a tequila drinker, but we drinking rum. We lit. I go jump on the train, head back to my spot because he's staying Flatbush, which ain't far from where I was staying. It was probably like 3-4 stops on the train at night. At that time, at least like 2-3 in the morning. It's like 3-4 stops. They be shutting stops down and stuff. But like, I shot back to the crib, went to sleep next day. I linked up with Sec before going to the airport. Me and Sec went and ate at this one spot called Sweet Chicks. And the only reason I know about that because Alchemist and Rock Margiano, which top 10 albums of the year, goes insane. It's not talked about.
Is that little lavender color with the...
No, it's called Elephant in the Room or something like that. And they got like a bunch of just random like stuff on it.
I gotta check that out.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, send that to me.
Rock, I will say this. Rock he's different in them bars. Like he really raps. He's a rapper's rapper. Like on some of that Griselda, like you recognize his bars when you hear him.
Yeah. Matter of fact, You sent me one of his tracks a long time ago. Was it that
God loves you.
I love you. God loves you.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, dog, I was bumping that shit for like, I think nonstop for like 2 weeks straight, bro.
Bro, when he had
that was
the
a
tape
beautiful
with
song,
Alchemist,
dog. That's fire.
the tape with Alchemist.
Is he in any of those clicks?
I don't know. I listen to his music and I keep it pushing.
For sure. He hard though.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out. Yeah. Send me that album. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
It goes insane. The Boldy album, I said.
Boldy, man, we was on Twitter going crazy about that. Yeah,
Boldy's insane.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, he was flowing that whole project.
But yeah, like in that, it was a very beautiful time because it's like I went to that spot because I'm like, oh, I know they did their opening, so like if they did a opening or not an opening, but like they did an event at the spot, it got a hit because Alchemist be on Fuck That's Delicious with Action Bronson. And also, if you ever are in New York, you gotta go to Harlem, the famous fish market. They do some fried oysters and like fried clams and stuff and like fried fish. Hey, bro, you'll be ready to slap somebody. Like you'll walk out of there like, I need to find my auntie because she ain't never cooked like this. Like, yeah, bro, they go stupid.
It's fire, bro,
and it's fresh fish. It's off the ocean.
Yeah, that's hard. Hell of an experience going to New York, man. Like I gotta go up there because anytime I went up here, it was just on like business. Yeah. So I was kind of like in and out type shit. But I want to get out and go and like get in there and get my foot on the ground. Yeah, New York moments like that.
I'll give you another tip: don't Uber. I take the train everywhere. Like
and
from
get out
landing,
and walk. Get out and walk.
From landing, I land in LaGuardia. Hop off.
You ain't see any weird shit on the train?
Yes, you always do. It's the train. It's public transportation.
I was about to say, because them trains are wild, bro. Like,
bro, I don't understand people's expectation of public transportation. I'm thinking like, bro, this is not limo service. Like, it's 7-8 million people in New York. You expect these trains to be clean? We don't trust grocery stores, but we expect the train to be clean.
Hey, that's hard.
let's break that down. Like people like, oh, it's too dirty on the train. Like it's public transportation.
Yep. Everybody's on it.
Did you think this was a shuttle?
You got to experience the full culture, bro.
You hear me? That's a part of it.
I like it.
Also, wear comfortable shoes and take a bag with you and have stuff in your bag because like everybody got a bag out there in New York. That's also why another reason I don't think they just be sticking people for bags because everybody got one.
Out here, you can't just walk around with no bag.
Yeah,
like,
in the South,
they on your ass. Yeah,
they see you walking around bags like, oh, we gonna get
what you got going on. Let's check this. What's in there? So
I helped some Crips escape the cops when I first got in. Like it's like 2 a.m, bro. It's 2 a.m. I'm getting off the plane. I'm riding the train down to Brooklyn from LaGuardia, which is like, if you've never been to New York, LaGuardia Airport and where I was staying, I was on 79th Street in South Brooklyn. So I go from the top of the island to the bottom of the island. And I'm on that mud and some rolling 20s jump on there. And I seen them and I noticed it because I peeped they flag. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they talking about robbing the dude. It's like 4, 5 of them. They talking about robbing the dude. And they jumped on the train that I was on. And they asked me, they was like, hey, bro, did you just come from that way? I was like, yeah, bro. He was like, hey, is there some police down there? I said, you might want to jump back off because it's like 6 of them. They was like, we're going to ride this one down. And we're going to jump off on the next one because dude in the Montclair on the next thing. And they couldn't get through. They couldn't like walk through because they had it locked. So he was like, we're gonna wait, and they was just sitting there talking and stuff like that, they rapping whatever, and we're just sitting there talking like shooting the shit, and like they realize I'm by myself with my luggage, 2 bags of luggage, and I ain't no bitch in my heart. So
no,
like, I'm sitting there talking to them,
and niggas respect that too. Like if they would smell that on you if you fold under pressure and you like that.
Yeah, bro, and they was like, all right, bro, we appreciate you, and they like dipped off the train. Like, that's hard. And I think they proceed to rob this nigga. But like, congrats to them to get the mission completed.
Hey, sorry, brother.
Hate it for you, Montclair coat. Wasn't me. I was in a sweatsuit.
Why the 21 line just pop up in my head that Montclair first came off a bell? Yeah. Oh, man, that's tough, buddy.
And another thing in New York, everybody got sneakers. So, like, wear your sneakers. Ain't nobody gonna rob you for them sneakers in New York.
Real shit.
Everybody got sneakers out there. Dude had the Carolina Blue Sixes on. I knew what time.
Jerry told me niggas be dripped down up here.
They do. And literally, your boy had the Bon Clave. Like 3 of them had the Bon Claves on, so I knew what time it was. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So if I have to, I am mentally prepared. And I know there ain't none of them got the strap on them right now. I'll beat a nigga up right now. Like, I'm going for it. I'm going
Hey, that's
for
how I
it.
be thinking, bro. You ever done this? Like, bro, I'm gonna drop one of y'all.
Bro,
like,
in New
one of
York,
y'all
they
going
can't carrying a strap in New York so illegal. I was
Can't
like,
do it. Yeah, we're gonna have to just, you know what I mean?
you gonna have to stab me.
Mm-hmm.
And if the first person I see with the knife, I've been knife trained. Like, me and my homie went and got trained for knives and shit when I was in Kentucky in college. Bro, I'm
That's
here
right.
for that. I
That's
love it.
right.
I'm combat trained, baby. Let's get this. Let's get active.
Hey, my nigga moves Rambo, bro. Like, he ready for all situations.
Hey, bro, let's get active. Let's handle that. Like, all right, cool. So if I would have seen somebody pull that blade, I'm coming at you first. Boom. Now I got the blade. What's up? Let's handle this.
Hey, man. When I was a youngin', my OG taught me a lot of them little tricks and shit.
Yeah,
Get that shit up out their hand. Yeah, it's like, you got it on, you going to have to use it, player.
Yeah, you're going to have to. I want you
If
to
it's
know
just
this
me
right
and
now.
you, yeah, you going to have to
I'm
use
also mentally prepared to tell anybody who try to rob me, you have to kill me.
it. Nah, real shit.
And I'm sorry to anybody who cares for me and loves me dearly. I don't live dangerous lives anymore because I got people that care for me and love me.
Yep.
So I am no longer living dangerous. I live a very safe and posh life now.
And that's continue while you blessed, too. Like, sometimes when you move like that and you move militant and you goddamn, you smooth and you cool, you just covered, bro. You know when you covered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I ain't had no fear, Mar. They wasn't trying to rob me. You take a nigga suitcase, that's the number one way to get caught.
straight up.
A nigga got a suit. I'm about to steal a suitcase. You steal a suitcase, you are caught instantly. Go ahead and wrap it up. Pack it up. Pack it up. You are caught.
Hey.
What you gonna do? Run up the stairs? The elevator takes 6 minutes in New York. My bag was 38 pounds, bro. You are not throwing it on the shoulder. You're not about to do the Ezel down the street.
You're not about to temple run through here, partner. It's
Bro,
over.
It's
It's gonna hold you down a little bit.
immediately. I need them back. So, yeah, I helped them escape the Jakes. Fuck 12.
No, straight up, for real.
I helped them escape the Jakes. They, they did what they needed to do. They said appreciate it. One dude shook up with me. They kept going.
That's hard. That's hard. Could you tell me? That's a great story.
Bro, New York was great to me.
Hey man, I can't wait to go, bro. It's like it's gonna be fun.
I'm actually back in April.
You going back in April?
I'm going back in April. I'm trying to go for 2 weeks.
That's gonna be a vibe. Hey, you put me on to like this group. Now I think when you got back from New York, you came back down and went to the Jungle concert.
Yes.
Could you tell me about that? Because you put me on to them, and they have some amazing music, and I can only imagine what their live show
Guess
is
where
like.
they from?
Where is that?
Guess.
Australia?
The UK.
Oh, that's fire.
Again, if you make
They
good music, I listen to it.
fire.
If you make good music,
And
I
they
listen to it.
jamming. Dope. Man.
So,
I was grateful for that. I said, oh, he done put me in. I went through all three of their little albums. So that was fire.
very vulnerable moment. 2 days before their concert, my cousin was killed. And it derailed me a lot because I love my cousin to death. He was shot in the back of his head, and the person had then discarded his body next to a dumpster. And I miss him to death because I had two cousins. Him and his brother grew up as my big brothers as I grew up to my other big brothers. And him and his brother Juan, which the whole reason that they called me the name that they called me was because I found out both of their real names. My cousin Juan, his real name was Steven, but his middle name was DeJuan. My cousin Yo Baby, his name was Antonio. So once I found out in the hood they had real names, your name is not this. So I called them that. So once they found out I was a junior, they only called me Christopher Carter Jr. They are both now dead. And they both were killed by gun violence. I no longer can hear that name, and it bothers me sometimes. But like I always remember, like my cousin Yo Baby, every time he saw me, he'd be like Chris Carter Jr. and he smiled cheek to cheek. You see every tooth in his mouth, and then he laughed real loud, and like he had like a very big laugh where like you felt it in your chest, like pressure was on your chest. I spoke in his funeral and I talked about that moment, and like I'll forever remember him. I would say rest in peace. I love you dearly. You are forever on my mind. I grieved you a lot this year. But yeah, 2 days before that, he passes. He gets killed. I very, very, very depressed in the face of that. And I know one thing I typically do when I am depressed, I like typically go to my sliding scale of music, but what really helps me through the sway of those are going to concerts. So I just randomly pulled up on my phone, what concerts are happening in Tennessee this week? I was willing to travel and everything. I see Jungle is coming, but I already like Jungle's music. I'm a big fan of Jungle. Casio by Jungle, I think, is one of the greatest exhibitions of music.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
They're here. A guy named Paul Cherry opens for him. My homie Causey ended up going. I bought 2 tickets because I could only buy 2 tickets. They, like, somebody was reselling them because they couldn't go, and they were in, like, the 4th row. Like, I was up front in the Ryman.
That's hard.
The homie Causey bought some tickets behind me the same day. And I told Causey, I was like, bro, I got both of these seats. Like, you can come up here and, like, kick it. They are like a 12-piece band. Everything you hear on the song, on the track, sounds the exact same. They are that great. Like, they have multiple lead singers. Like, it's not like one person does all the singing. Like, they have multiple lead singers.
That's fire.
They put on a show, probably top 3 I've seen in my existence that I can remember.
Just midweek, too.
Midweek on a Tuesday.
Packed.
Bro, I ain't see nothing but, like, people with drinks in their hand. Everybody was so chill in there, bro. I met, like, some dope people in there. Like, everybody had a drink in their hand. I was 4 double shots of rum in there.
Man.
Like, they had an intermission. I went and met Paul Cherry. He was super cool. I got a vinyl from him. He signed it. He makes good music, too. He makes some of that music with, like, Van Shire and stuff. So, like, Van Shire is another group that, like, I'm going to send you some of their music. And, like, they got this song that, like, definitely influenced a lot of my, like, calming. Like, whenever I need to, like, calm down, they got a song called Regroup and Anew. That, like, I forgot who's rapping to start it out, but, like, they do great exhibitions of music as well that is very calming. It's almost like water running, like the sounds of, like, rainwater. Like, they make great music. And, like, meeting Paul Cherry, all that, like, it was a great time for me to be there to, like, kind of escape, like, the realities of, like, bro, we about to bury my cousin in a week or two, and, like, they asked me to speak at the funeral, so it's like I had to come up with, like, stuff to say. And I as many things I have to say, I just had a lump in my throat because the only thing I could think was, like, he didn't deserve to be in that casket. He was a loving person. He didn't do nothing but love folks, period. He was never on that hood. So, like, none of the hood activities we participated in growing up, he was never really, like, he was in the hood by proximity because upward movement outside the hood wasn't a thing. He went to prom in this all white suit with the top hat, was the cleanest dude on the drive. The block shut down to come see him go to prom. Like, he was my first cousin that graduated high school. He might have been, out of my aunt's children, she had 5 boys. He might have been the only one graduate high school. Yeah. And I remember, like, us celebrating him graduating high school, stuff like that. Like, I remember him vividly being such a, he ran track one year and didn't have the funds to buy track shoes. He ran the 400 in Tim's and won. He was different,
bro.
He was a black superhero to me.
That's hard.
He was literally a black superhero to me, and for somebody to take him from this earth, it pisses me off, June, because he never did. He was a loving person. He's a giver. He would give you, he'll give you the shirt off his back. If you had kids and he's like, hey, yo, baby, can you watch my kids, whatever? He never touched them kids. Every kid in our family loved him. Genuinely, they loved this man because he was such a light. He was a beacon. And it's like, bruh, you a pussy for taking him off this earth. I hope they caught the dude in less than 24 hours. I hope they torture his ass in jail. I don't wish ill will on people, but, like, I have so much, and I hate to say this, and I don't like to carry this because I believe my blood doing his job. I don't like carrying hate in my heart, but, bro, I abhor this person for taking him from this earth. It bothers me. He wasn't no gangbanger. He wasn't on none of that. He ain't sell dope. None of that. He wasn't on that hood life. Mm-hmm. You killed him for two zips of weed. You that broke of a nigga to kill somebody. And also, my cousin ain't no bitch. Now, I will say this. The reason I got this warrior spirit and I got hands out like I do now, because all of us grew up fighting. I know he tried to rob my cousin, and I know that nigga put them motherfucking hands on him because they found residue and all, and he shot him in the back of the head. I know my cousin was leaving. I know my cousin put them hands on that man. This man was like 6'3", 6'4". I got a picture with him right now. He's not no hoe. He might be skinny, but them hands they was volatile. Like, that's one thing I'll say. That's one thing I'll give my cousins. That's one thing they gave me. If it wasn't, and I was the run of the group.
Defend yourself.
Them niggas, I'm not gonna say they bullied me, but they definitely gave me a run for my motherfucking money to where I can look a nigga in this face like, oh yeah, cool, we can run that fade. I'm not, I don't look down no fade because I was the youngest one.
Yeah.
We can fade it up. Let's go. I'm cool with it.
Real shit.
But I hate that somebody took him from this earth on some bullshit for like such a minuscule amount of weed, my nigga.
It's fucking sick, man.
I apologize for that moment. I've
no, that's real. It's real life.
But
It's real life. It's real life, bro. And you have to figure out how to keep going.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share this because I'm very vulnerable right now. This morning at 6 a.m. I don't have dreams often. Like, I don't dream often because I have a very, not an anxious mind, but a mind that thinks all the time. So, like, I don't sleep well. I had a dream this morning. I was with my older sister, Shay, and this, I'm not capping. I can call somebody right now, and they can verify. Like, I didn't start this morning off great. So, I had this dream. I'm walking my sister, Shay, and I was getting up to go, like, get my hair cut this morning. So, walking my sister Shay around some random house. I don't know what this house. I've never seen this house a day in my life. I see a bunch of kids. I don't know, stuff like that. And then I hear a voice behind me. And I turn around because it shocked me. It was my granddad that died in 2020. 2020, yeah. And I see him walking, and he like walks up to me. And he got like this smooth like player walk. He was like wearing he was wearing like a gray like gown for some reason. And I remember him grabbing me to hug me, and like my alarm goes off, and I wake up, and I immediately break out in tears. Like I was very distraught this morning because it's like, bruh, I miss this man so much. He would call me every birthday and sing to me happy birthday. For some reason, he was like, "You text me Happy New Year," and that's what I would do. I would tell him Happy New Year every year. Yeah. So like. He was like, "You text me Happy New Year. I just wanted to give you a hug, man." And he like reaches out to hug me. And it fucked me up this morning when I woke up out my dream. I was like, I'm up, bro. Whatever was trying to wake me up, because my alarm kept going off every 30 minutes. I kept hitting snooze. So I was like, I'm gonna get up in a minute because my barber, he gets there at 6. And I tried to beat the rush. You know how it is in that chop. You try to beat that rush.
Thanks.
So I keep, snooze. I'm gonna get up in a minute. Snooze. I'm gonna get up in a minute. And at that point, I was like, bro, whatever was trying to wake me up, I'm up, bro. I quit. Like, I'm not sleeping right now. Like, I give up. And like, I still grieve certain people in my life because they gave me so much of my player. Yeah. And like my granddad, he used to listen to like, George Strait and stuff. Like when Drake dropped that, all my exes is from Texas. Like I'm George Strait. I already knew what the bar was. All my exes live in Texas. Yeah. That's why I live in Tennessee. My granddad used to play that. He used to play a bunch of just different stuff. He taught me to fish. He taught me so many gems in life. Like he taught me how to walk. Like, bro, yeah. A lot of this flavor, like. Yeah. Genuinely come out of like stems from that. And like I know I look just like my dad, but like you look at my granddad and be like, yo, he's just a light skinned you.
Man, that's a hard, man.
Yeah, it was.
Man, thank you for sharing that too, bro.
I appreciate it. Or no, I don't know what to say. No problem. I don't know.
Does it because man, I've had a couple of experiences like when I was younger and like when I lost my grandmother. Like, I actually physically seen her, like, in form. Like, but this is when she had passed. Yeah. You know, like, seeing the skies open up. You know, it was raining. And we had got the call that, like, she had passed. And we had ended up making it home. And I think I was from, like, getting the shower or something like that. And she just kind of, like, popped up in front of me. You know? And I'm like, Granny, you okay? Like, hey, you know, and she walked up to give me a hug and like just disappeared. And I'm like, man, you know, when you have those certain experiences like that, but I think I took it at that time that like she was okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes they come back and let us know, like, hey, we good.
Yeah, bro. It messed me up, man. Just seeing my granddad all my life he wasn't no little dude, he was a bigger dude. And then like seeing him near the end of his life because he passed from cancer. And I remember like seeing him as he got little and like remembering like, man, like my grandman he ain't bigger than life like he normally is. And that like troubled me. And seeing him in that dream, he was like bigger than life. He was big again. I was like, yo, like, you straight up, you got all your hair again? Like, you got your, because he used to have a fro, but the ironic part about his fro, he had a bald spot that looked like a half donut that just sat in the back of his head all my life. I'm talking about like a fro like this, like I got right now. He had a curly fro, but just had like a bald spot that was a half donut. The weirdest thing ever. I don't know how like that worked for him, but like that was the entirety of my life. Well, I was little. It wasn't as prevalent until I got older, but like, yeah, like until he passed, he still had a full head of hair. I still remember going once he passed with my Uncle G to give him a haircut and making sure his haircut and he looked nice and we shaved his face well and we made him look like himself. I still remember. Yeah, man, that was my guy. That was my guy. One of the only Virgos I've ever liked. I think in life I've only liked 2 Virgos. The rest of y'all.
What's your sign, man?
I'm a Leo. It's terrible.
Leo. That's what my daughter is.
Congrats to her. When's her birthday? What day is her birthday?
August 13th.
I'll bet. I'm August 3rd.
That's for her.
Yeah, congrats to her. She a real one. That's why we get along.
Yeah. Now she be chilling.
You
She
feel
be
me?
chilling. Man.
Yeah, my granddad's birthday was September 1st. Shout out to you.
Man, beautiful, man. Beautiful. What else has been getting you through the days, man? Cause now you got these blessings coming. Cause you definitely, like you just expressed, and I appreciate you expressing that like you've been some of the lowest of lows, you know, and just being resilient and being able to get through those hard times. You're now experiencing some joys out of life.
Talking to my best friend.
Yeah.
My best friend gives me so much inspiration to just, they don't give me inspiration to be okay. They give me inspiration to be myself. Like my best friend has never called me Mauves. Never played into like that, like Mauves thing. She always calls me my government. That's fire. I think that's like the coolest shit ever. I'm like, bro, you ground me so much. I appreciate you. Like, yo. In the midst of like having existential crisis all the time, because I'd be like, damn, like am I only Mauves now? But like it grounds me a lot. It keeps me very rooted in my reality that like the fruit of 2020 is coming back in 2022. Now 2023, we on some ascension stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. Hey, man, everyone's for that. Everyone's to, you know what I mean, her and motherfucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
I mean it.
Yeah. Man, brother, if I tell you, man, it's you one of the ones, man, that really deserve it. I'm proud you're getting your flowers. Literally and physically, because you know you just went to that event.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
gave
I'm saying?
they gave us our flowers.
So man,
Beautiful
you know, I think it's well overdue, man. You have one of the most interesting people I know.
I could say the same. There's a duality. I think I would like to mirror that sentiment again. Like I could say the same. You come from a very a story. You come from a story as well that I like. I salute like the work and the ethic and the reward that you have allowed yourself to receive in life. Man, I salute you for that, bro.
Man, thank you, man. I had to I'll say this before we get up out of here, but I've had a lot of times where a lot of people try to like understand me, but I just had to take heed to some of them lessons my OG was, you know, giving me. You know,
Pops recognized real that day too when we met. He was
Oh,
like, "Yeah,
facts.
yeah, I rock
Facts.
with this guy right here."
Facts. Yeah, he met the OG, man, and it's just a lot where I've learned. Soaked up a lot of game through his blessings and mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like learning through them all, and I'm grateful now because I got some homies that lost their pops. Losing some of them prominent figures, such as what you just telling me, and it's just like, man, it lets me know to try to soak up as much as I can while he's here and continue to just try to make the correct decisions. Like, a lot of times, man, it was just, I had to make sacrifices and, like, bro, there's nobody that's 21 that's like, all right, I'm finna just pack up and just dip out and go work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was so much more life to, like, try to live. But it was just like,
you don't get that.
Let me make this
opportunity to make mistakes.
Yeah, let me go do this right here. I'm grateful for that because I listen, but and it's just more to do, man. It's more to do, man. Hey,
that clock ticking. Yeah. We own it. We on that ass.
Yeah, all facts. Facts, man. What's next for you, brother? What's next for you? I got for me myself, I think 2023, man, like you said, we on that ass and we gonna figure out how to grow this thing. I know as far as for me. So what is it for you? What's next for you? You got a lot.
I'm gonna continue to live in my purpose and myself. I might look, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. I might go ahead and take AB's advice, your advice, a couple other folks. Go ahead and dip in that producer bag. Just be like, yeah, I produce music.
Yeah,
I might just go ahead and say it. I might not call myself a producer, but I might be like, I make a beat every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
I am still practicing shutting the fuck up, which is a great act. It's so overlooked,
man.
It's a brand I'm investing in right now because I believe in a vision. Shout out to After the Interlude and Aura. Be on the lookout. If you rock scarves, y'all don't see me doing scarves and stuff. So like, just be prepared that player gonna be out there on the scarves. So shout out to Aura.
All right.
Shout out to Jesus Was Black. Continue to excel and live in those moments with my brother Malcolm. I am actively changing my dialogue about myself.
Break that down. What does that mean?
I'm changing how I talk to myself. So like I talked about before, instead of try, I'm doing. So I am changing the dialogue about myself.
That's fire. That's fire.
We up. 2023, we up.
Yes, Lord. Huh? Yeah. Yes, sir. Man, brother, I want to tell you, man, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for your contribution to the culture once again. Thank you for always being you. You know what I'm saying? Always being authentic and cut from that cloth. And it's like, it's always beautiful because we don't get to speak every day, but it's like, I know when we do link up, you definitely have a story and it's in progression. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you're growing as a man. You know what I mean? Also as a black man.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Bet on black.
Hey,
it'll never crap. Bet on black. It'll never crap.
Hey. Yes, Lord. Yes, man. And it's always beautiful, man. I love seeing you win. I love seeing you get your flowers, man. And it's always an honor, man, to be in your presence, man.
Same, bro.
At all times, bro.
I appreciate that. Genuinely, I could say the same. What's Smino say? God really made me the coolest nigga alive, and I'm just navigating this body.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, hey, that might be one of his hardest fucking bars, bro. And he just casually just said, that shit is cool.
God made the coolest, and I'm just navigating this body.
Man,
I was like, yeah,
can't say it no better way, bro.
That's the one.
Can't say it no better way. I guess, man, if you want to lead the people with anything, We can run that. And then, man, give me your ads, man, where to find you at and
Go
what to look out for.
Go watch Kendrick Lamar's Count Me Out video if you haven't. Kendrick Lamar does the greatest videos, I think, in existence. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers
that was an amazing album.
Remarkable. Yeah, bro. My name on all socials is at MADMAUVES, Madmauves. Don't be weird if you ask me how to spell, why I spell moves like that. I'll tell you. I'm not weird about it, but yeah. Try not to be weird out there, folks. Love people, love yourself. Try to find love in yourself. It's something that I've been refining. I had somebody tell me early in the year, love is really a healing agent. And like I've kept that very dear to my heart. I might end up getting that like tattooed on me somewhere because it means so much. Like it really is a healing agent. So find love in yourself, find love in your purpose, find love in your divinity, find love in just life, bro. Sis too. Cuz whoever you are.
Straight up.
Yeah. Y'all live and exist in your own peace.
So many gems, man. Oh man, this is beautiful, man. Like I said, man, once again, thank you, brother. And man, I love you, man. I
love you too, my brother.
More motherfucking
always.
wins.
Hey, brother. Always, man.
You know what I mean?
It's up. 2023 going on.
2023, you know what I mean? Huh? Yeah. More wins. Yes, Lord.
Palestine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madmauves. Huh? Yes, sir. Hey, man. I want to thank y'all, man. You know what I mean? You made it to this far, man. Hopefully, man, you got something to take home with you, man. It was plenty of gems, plenty of game dropped. I appreciate my brother coming through. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna play this past the Ox. I think I'm gonna play this JordanXx, The Language. You know what I mean?
Well played.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. And before we do that, man, follow me at Sauceville615. Follow the Lost in the Sauce Pod. Subscribe to Our East Network. Don't even play yourself. And yeah, man, we got more shit coming. Y'all stay on the lookout. You know what I mean? And man, share it to a friend, man. Share it to a friend. You know what I mean? Let's get this thing. Let's grow this thing. You dig what I'm saying?
Reach one, teach one. Exactly.
And there's more wins coming. Y'all go win too. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So man, we're gonna play this JordanXx, The Language, man. We're gonna get up out this bitch. You know what I mean? Huh? We'll see y'all next time.